Look at how people's rights and freedoms are being destroyed right before our eyes in the Czech Republic. Concerned people from around the world are sounding the alarm on social media about the shocking testimonies revealed in the investigative documentary. Here is this film. Jakub Jal, a name already linked in many people's minds with child abuse, drugs, and fraud. And he remains free even after his victims publicly shared their stories in the film. How can that be? The film itself points out that Jal uses his connections with powerful figures and politicians in the Czech Republic, clearly to cover up his crimes. And he is not acting alone. A psycholinguistic analysis of his activities suggests an ideological link to Ratsirs, a Russian organization controlled by the FSB. The main coordination hub of this network is in Moscow, headed by Alexander Dvorkin. According to anonymous testimonies, Dvorkin forced his students into sexual relationships and coerced them into perverse practices such as coprophilia. Similar accounts appear in the film from victims in Tanzania, and the same accusations are leveled against Jakub Jal. Coincidence? No. This is a defining trait of the members of this network. They hide behind so-called anti-cult activism and present themselves to the public as cult busters. Be cautious when you see bloggers exposing cults, or when a supposed cult expert appears on TV, or when journalists publish something about so-called cults, because behind all of this is a dangerous transnational network rooted in Russia, whose goal is to deprive people of their rights and freedom. Recently, one of these so-called cult experts, a Czech journalist, published an article. He has been systematically targeting organizations, politicians, and individuals. In his piece, he openly defends a possible criminal and twists the facts to mislead readers into believing that the police supposedly proved Jakub Jal's innocence, and that public reaction to the documentary is nothing more than a slander and a coordinated smear campaign. However, according to the Lanzarote Convention, the Czech Republic, as one of the member states, is obliged to ensure an effective investigation of causes of possible child abuse, regardless of the country in which they were committed by a Czech citizen. Yet, for some reason, they are waiting for an official complaint and doing nothing. As a result, even with serious evidence such as video testimonies, they are not fulfilling the obligations of the international treaty they themselves signed. Who will protect these children if even in Europe no investigation has been launched?